So, how did they just walk away? How did they just throw all your dreams aside, all the things they promised you, all the hopes that you had together, all the things you planned to do? How did they just act like that never happened? Why were they able to just forget about you as if they never had any sort of deep, intense, intimate friendship or partnership with you? How could they act like you just didn't spend months or years together hoping and planning your future together? Well, narcissists do not experience trauma bonding, even though they create trauma bonds. They don't have empathy, so they have no wiring mentally to truly feel anything like you did. They were going through motions to attach you to them, to get their narcissistic supply from you, which we know is admiration, adoration, or even notoriety. So they either want to be seen as all good or even all bad if that's the only attention they can get and the only supply they can get. But that's all they were after was just the supply. They never had any intentions of staying with you, keeping you in their life, or forming any type of bond or relationship with you that lasted. That was never their intent. So, when it seems as if the narcissist has no feelings of remorse over things ending, as hard as it is to grasp, it really is the case with them. For you, you felt there was a connection there. You felt there was this bond with them, this feeling of he's my one and only or she's my one and only, and I'm going to live happily ever after forever and ever with this person. They never bonded with you to begin with. So losing what you felt as a connection was never a reality to the narcissist. And so no regrets or loss for the narcissist. There is no type of feeling in the narcissist of this person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. They never had that intention. The only intention they had was to get supply from you and then leave you and find a new supply source because that is what narcissists do. That's all they know to do. It's all they're wired to do. And that's just how it is. Now, the sad thing is, at the end of any breakup, any relationship that ends, you want closure, right? Well, listen, narcissists don't give closure. They don't need it. They don't want it. They don't give it. They don't have it to give. I once told somebody, you can't tell me you want a Rolls Royce and insist that I give you one when I don't have one to give. It's the same thing with a narcissist. You're looking for closure. You're looking for this sit down conversation. Let's talk about this. Now, why did you do this? Now, what could you have done differently? You know, you really hurt my feelings when you said this or whatever. They don't do any of that. That's totally foreign to them. So if you're looking for a time to sit down and figure out what went wrong and how you could still work things out, you're not going to find that with a narcissist. They're not in it for that. They were never in it for the relationship. So why would they want to keep one? I know that's hard truth. It's really hard to handle and hard to hear. I know because I felt the pain of losing somebody I was super close to. So I know exactly what you're going through. But there is no closure with a narcissist. There is no remedying the situation unless you want more abuse. And in some cases, even if you're willing to stay and take the abuse, they won't take you back. Let's talk about the next part of doing the opposite of what you really want to do. Let's talk about eating. What you really probably want to do right now is go gorge yourself on some Haagen-Dazs ice cream, some cookies, whatever, some kind of high-fat cake. Because when you're feeling down, let's face it, sugar is like the bomb. You want as much of it as you can get, as often as you can get, because it makes you happy for the moment. The sad thing is, the crash afterwards is not so happy. Not to mention, sugar, I have learned, is almost like glass in your blood vessels in your body. It chops you up inside. It makes you really sick. It may not be right away, but in the long run, it's doing damage in your body. So you really need to limit that sugar. It's not helping you think. It's really fueling a lot of hyperactivity and inflammation in the body that doesn't need to be there and is not healthy for you. All right, so what do you need to be eating? You need to totally revamp your diet. And most importantly, you need to be listening to your body. You need to listen to what your body's telling you it wants and needs. First of all, protein. One of the worst things you can cut out of your eating is protein because it builds the amino acid chains in your brain that help you think objectively. What is the one thing that caused you to get hooked in this narcissistic abusive relationship? Lack of objectivity. You went along with the lies, which you didn't know they were lies, so we can give you that credit. But you went along in this dream state thinking all these things narcissists promised to you were going to happen because normal minded people, neurotypical people, people without personality disorders promise things and deliver. Narcissists never had any intention of delivering anything for you. So you bought this hook, line, and sinker, realizing later, oops, why didn't I see it coming? Why? Because you lost your objectivity. Well, protein will help you keep your objectivity. It'll hopefully lessen the chances of you getting sucked in by the next narcissist that comes along. So eat your protein. Veggies. You need oxygen in your brain and your body and energy. Vegetables will do this. Raw is great. Frozen is good. Canned as a last resort only. Grains. Grains cause congestion, brain fog, confusion, and even depression. Eat them in very, very small amounts if you must eat them. And monitor your body. Like I said, listen to what your body's saying. If you're feeling a headache coming on or you're feeling kind of foggy in the head, can't think straight, try to figure out if you just ate a big piece of bread or something grainy, potato possibly. It depends on the person. Everybody is different, but brains definitely cause some of these problems. Grains, not brains. And you can definitely have problems with those. So you might want to moderate those, big time, the grains. Be careful with that. All right. Fruit. Fruit is fine in small amounts, but remember, fruit still has sugar in it. It has fructose, and you may still experience a sugar crash if you eat too much fruit. So eat it in a sensible amount for you. All right, next step, you're going to move. You're going to exercise. It doesn't mean something you hate like aerobics or running miles, just something where you're moving. There's something great that I discovered called Body Groove. You might want to check it out. Just Google Body Groove. It's on there. And they're just like short little 3-4 minute clips. Some of them are like 5 or 6 at the most, but you get your heart pumping, get your body moving, and you will feel great afterwards, I promise, because it gets that oxygen flowing in your body. It gets everything revved up so that then you can just have this calm and this peace that comes over you. And you need that after an abusive relationship ends and you want to try to gather your thoughts. You need a peace of mind and a calm frame of mind so that you can think straight. All right. And you want those endorphins too to feel good. And Body Groove will definitely produce those. All right, the next thing, and I've talked about this before on other videos, those of you that have been watching me for a while, journal. The Red Book videos are great about journaling. I'm about to redo the Red Book videos for people because those were getting kind of old. But what I'm talking about, columns. You're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to put columns on it. You're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. The first one at the top of it, you'll put, what am I doing? The next one, you're going to put, what am I thinking? The third one, you're going to put, there's 5 columns. The third one, what I wanted to do. The fourth one, what I did. And the fifth one, how did I feel about it? So what do I mean by this? Say you just broke up with the narcissist. What are you doing? You're sitting watching TV, okay? Whatever you're doing, write it down. The thought, I really want to call him. When did it happen? Well, or the thought when it happened, I'm sorry. The thought when it happened was you wanted to call them. What you wanted to do, you wanted to call them. What you did, you called them. How do you feel about what you chose to do? Well, I'm not happy with myself. I'm angry and they just treated me like dirt again. Or, well, they want to get together and talk. Either way, you can go either way depending on your narcissist. There is no one size fits all. The point is you keep on doing this as you get support people around you that help you do it less and less. And after a while, you're going to do it until the sting of this person is gone from your life. And it's just totally absent and you don't have that pull on you anymore. It could take a long time. It could take a short time. It just depends on your resiliency level. And everybody is different in that level. All right, so that's one thing you're going to do. The next thing, medicine as needed, psychotropic drugs if you need to. Talk to a therapist and find out what they recommend to calm your mind so you don't have racing thoughts bothering you all the time about this person. as needed. The next thing, find something to do, get a career, a job, something helping other people, anything to take your focus off of you and this relationship. Go out and volunteer at a nursing home if you must. Go walk somebody's dogs. Whatever you have to do to get your mind out of that mindset that you have to focus on this person and talk to them and work things out with them or get back together with them or whatever. The last thing I want to say on this particular day is be gentle with yourself. Watch your self talk. Watch what you're saying to yourself. If you're saying, oh, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I see that? I'm so dumb. Don't do that to yourself. Listen, the voice you hear the loudest is your own. I'll prove it to you. Plug your ears like this right now. Now say, I love myself. Who do you hear? You hear your voice, and you hear it fairly loudly because you've blocked everything and everyone else out. That's your self-talk. But you can also hear self-talk in here, in your heart, or in your head, wherever you think it comes from. That little voice that's telling you you're wonderful or you're terrible. Change your self-talk to be positive. Look up positive affirmations online, things that say, I am a wonderful person. I'm getting better and better every day. If you're a Bible person, look up scriptures like, I am the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. I am the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. Everything I do today is blessed of the Lord. Start speaking that over your life. And don't speak any of the negative things over your life. It's going to take some effort on your part, but believe me, if you can do this for at least a few weeks, eventually it will become old hat. You know what I did? Listen, you take some index cards, put a ring through them, punch a hole, and just start writing down your affirmations on each card. When you're waiting for a bus, when you're waiting in line at the grocery store, pull out your cards and just start reading them over and over again till it becomes second nature in your heart, your spirit, your mind. And that's what you believe about yourself. Very important. And if you're not doing it already, pray or meditate. Some wonderful meditation tapes are by honest guys, and I will definitely put the link here for you on those meditation tapes. I fall asleep to them every night. They're great for sleeping, great for 30-minute naps or 20-minute naps. They're just excellent. And if you're not into the new agey type stuff, or even if you are, these are great tapes and I highly recommend them. All right, that's it for day 6. Thank you for watching. And I pray and hope that this has been really helpful for you on your journey. Tomorrow on day 7, we're going to be talking about working things out with yourself, letting go in love and moving forward. People say let go, just move on. How do you do that? We'll talk about that on day 7, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching. See you soon.